everybody, welcome back to another vlog. We're back in California. We've actually been back here for like 5 days, something like that. We came back last week so that I could have my colonoscopy, which we're going to talk about later in this vlog, just because I think it's an important thing to like talk about, and it's kind of a weird thing to put on the internet, but I also think it's really important. That went really well actually, and I don't know if you can hear it outside, but it's raining. And you know how I feel about the rain. I love rain so much, and I am so excited. It's supposed to rain for the next several days here in Southern California, and that is the best news ever to me. So very excited about that. And yeah, we're just getting back into the swing of things, jumping back into work. I took a couple of days off for my procedure, well, like an evening and then the next morning, and I've just been kind of getting back into it. So it's actually a holiday today, so Drew's been off work. I had therapy, which was wonderful, and now we're making some lunch, and we're actually going to head down to San Diego today because we're playing D&D with our friends, which is going to be so much fun. Playing with our friends Sierra and Steven, Rachel and Mario, Kenzie, Jaden. It's gonna be so much fun. And so we've been talking about this for a while and trying to figure out like a date that works. And so today we're gonna have like a session 0, which Drew likes to do as a DM. In case you're unfamiliar, D&D stands for Dungeons and Dragons. It's like a role-playing game. Drew takes it very seriously. He's like very into it. He's an artist, he's a painter, he creates landscapes and stories and all that kind of stuff, and he's really amazing at it. And so this is kind of just gonna be like a fun little one-shot, which just means like a one-time campaign thing that if we want to, we can keep it open-ended and do more later. But for the meantime, it's just like for the fun of it all. So this session 0 today means kind of like before you get started with the actual campaign, you just kind of like roll your character's stats together, get each other's input on like what, you know, it's gonna be like, what each other's characters are gonna do, a little background, things like that. So I have like a relative idea of what I want to be. I just want to be super cheeky and naughty. So that's kind of like what my character is going to be. So yeah, we're going to do all of that. We're going to craft some binders. We're gonna, you know, just build our character. So that is what we're gonna do. Nothing better than like a cozy evening. I'm literally staying in my sweats because I just couldn't be happier about this like cozy vibe. So yeah, it'll be really fun. I'm super excited. I also think I may attempt a banana bread muffins recipe because I tried this a few months ago and I subbed the baking soda for baking powder because I didn't have baking soda, and I didn't know that you're supposed to triple the amount of baking powder, so they came out like very kind of gummy and like not good. So I ended up eating a few of them but then tossing the rest. So I kind of want to retry that because I just feel like rainy day equals cozy baking, you know what I mean? So I feel like maybe we'll go downstairs and try to do that because I don't really have much else to do before we leave, and we're not leaving for like another hour or so. So let's see where we can go with that and see where we end up. All right, it is literally 12:53 p.m. You're probably not able to tell from now, but like it's dark outside practically. Like it is so cloudy. So we've got the kitchen lights on. Hopefully you don't mind. Okay, let me put recipe on my phone. Okay, so what we're gonna need is bananas. So we actually have quite a few extra bananas that we brought back from Arizona that are just, they're not ripe enough for banana bread yet, but it's just what we're gonna have to use. We need flour, brown sugar, butter, egg, vanilla extract. Got butter, I think. Is this still good? March 13th, slag, egg.
Are those good?
January 21st. Crap! I didn't know they were that
January
old.
21st? Did we buy them in Arizona?
We got there on February 2nd. You know what? Just kidding. Those eggs are not good. Maybe I'll get some eggs and we'll make this like later in this vlog or the next vlog, but we'll put a pin in that one for now. All right, it is much later. We made the drive down here to San Diego on like a really rainy day. We saw 3 car accidents on the way, and I meant to like vlog and do all this stuff. Then my brother called me. I talked to him on the phone for like an hour. So anyways, we made it. We're getting some snacks. It's raining, and I'll show you a couple little clips from D&D.
From her cradle as a baby. Yes.
But
Like,
she
actually doesn't.
I see. Dude, every time I go to my parents' house, gotta hit it up.
Wisdom or intelligence is more important for me.
Am I on the internet right now?
You're about to be.
There's a whole channel with your name on it, bud.
Like from what you've described of your character, it looks like intelligence may not be.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to.
And it's nothing
What?
about
I was
the
gonna say,
guy.
I don't know if she's
That's a strong female without intelligence?
She's scrappy. It's true.
You don't know
That's
that.
so true. I actually am illiterate.
Like, what? You know, book smart.
Okay, I like that. So my
No.
lowest is gonna be charisma.
Oh my god, you totally are me.
I'm not. I'm saying her circumstances.
Would you swap anything? Or am I perfect?
Cheers! Steven!
You're not coming in
here.
Oh my god.
What the hell? Cheers, cheers, cheers!
What about my ching ching?
Okay, so then I just erase the 16 and make it an 18.
18.
Period.
And your charisma is going to go up by 1. Plus your proficiency, which is 2.
Show us your beautiful face. Oh my goodness. Did you see that perfect shot?
Yeah, he's
2.
good at
So
volunteer.
you're going to have 12.
Oh, he's
He
so-
holds the camera and he hands it up.
he's like the softest
And
cat
it's
I've
gonna
ever
be
felt.
So the city is, it's GEMOLDUR.
Too early. Too early.
No, we're good, we're good, we're
There
good.
we go. You ready?
Not this.
And then.
This is such an ick. Okay.
Okay,
Sarah, who's first?
Can you get their tripods?
No,
Oh,
we're fine,
you
we're
want to
fine.
see him?
What's wrong with my tripod, Steven?
This is like in
Steven's making fun of the tripod situation.
What's wrong with my
You know what? I think about this all the
I use
time.
paper towels all the time.
I see these TikToks that are like the content creator tool you really need if you're gonna start, and it's some like crazy tripod. And I'm like, you do realize that every
Do you
influencer,
see what's sitting right next to my
it's there, and you're actively choosing the paper
I'm
towel
gonna
roll.
pick the paper towel roll
every time. And if it's not tall enough, you know what I'm doing? Putting a box under it.
That's right.
I've like balanced it on like a wine glass at a restaurant, and Drew's like, you have to stop.
My kitchen tripod is the bottle sterilizer.
I love that.
Perfect height. I am a barbarian half-orc. I escaped from the fighting pits. I've got a really deep backstory. I wrote
Really?
an entire,
Yeah.
entire page upon in the monologue. I performed my monologue.
It was brilliant, honestly.
And my name? Helga Smash.
Me, I'm a non-binary pansexual vampire named Marty von Karstein from the von Karstein clan. I have a drag mother, vampire mother, whatever you want to call them. And I don't really have an objective yet. I feel like my backstory is not quite as deep as yours. All I know is that I'm gonna be fucking someone and...
Hey, nuh-uh.
I thought he was mad at me.
I thought he was like, nah, no.
Just me, baby. I'm polyamorous, I just decided. Anyway. Oh, I have a sword named the bitch. And
Capital B-I.
capital B-I. Thank you. You're such an important distinction. The bi bitch, shortened to bitch. Capital B-I.
And when you kill someone, you say,
All that milk coming out.
Slay.
no, you said you were gonna say, bye, bitch.
Oh, bi bitch. Wait, but I kind of want to say slay.
Slay?
Slay is good too.
Because I'm a vampire. But I kind of want to have like an anti-vampire storyline where like I'm mad that I became a vampire, so like maybe I'm like trying to kill other vampires. I haven't quite decided, but I had that kind of thought while we were doing this. So I also might be like kind of a Twilight vampire where I eat like creatures.
Ooh.
And unfortunately, I have creatures. I have creatures at the party.
All right, Carrie, tell us about your character.
So I am a tabaxi rogue, which is a cat that's like very naughty. I picked my mini tonight. She has huge bazongas, so that's gonna be great. And basically, I do have a little bit of backstory, which I'll share at like the first session. But my goal is to create chaos, just absolutely cheat, steal, lie, everything that I need to do to just fuck shit up.
Is your
What
alignment
color are you?
chaotic?
I don't
evil?
know yet. I don't know yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not chaotic evil.
Because I'm chaotic neutral.
Yeah, I would say more chaotic neutral. Like
Okay.
I'm here for
We're
like
vibing.
Yeah, I'm a part of the group. I'm not gonna like sabotage anyone in the group. It's more like I'll do what I gotta do to get shit done.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I don't know why I'm picturing you like Cheshire cat colors. You know what I'm saying?
I was thinking of being like an orange cat because
Or an
they're so
orange cat,
naughty.
yeah.
Well,
So I'm
what
not
was
sure
the
yet.
cat name that we came up with for you?
Well, so
I know,
I came
I've been
up.
calling
Kitty
her-
Kitty.
I've been calling her
Oh yeah,
Kitty Kitty.
you're
Yeah.
calling me Titty Kitty, but her actual name is because tabaxis traditionally have like very like native names, and they're based off of like the land and stuff. So I decided to name her Whispering Wind, but she goes by Wispy.
Ooh, Wispy.
And then my backstory, it says, I'll just really quick. It says, Whispering Wind, aka Wispy, Tabaxi Rogue, come from a long line of thieves and smugglers. Nepo baby mob boss. I'm morally bankrupt and will cheat, steal, and lie to get whatever I want. I also have massive yiddies that help me out.
And those will come into place.
And that's all I
So do you have high charisma?
Oh yeah.
Okay, we're gonna need to work together on
I'm
that one.
17 plus.
Hey! So yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
And then we have Drew, our amazing DM.
Our DM.
Yes.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
You say that again, sorry. Okay, here's everyone else's.
Get Rachel over here with
he's
her
our
camera,
he's our oil tycoon heir. Isn't that like an oil tycoon heir name?
Yeah, I don't, in Community. No, it's Hawthorne.
Tell us more.
Give us the tea, Cornelius.
Tell us.
More.
Human wizard.
Got it. Slay.
A human wizard?
Let me correct this for ritual. I mean, human wizard with a big ass.
Nice!
With a yeah.
Okay, it's a story I can get.
There we go. I also forgot to mention
I know
for
where
my
this one
character
goes.
that I really want me and Kenzie to have lesbian sex in the game,
Right.
right? Because we're both
As
cats.
cats.
Lesbian
As
cat
cats.
sex.
Yeah, lesbian cat. Well, yeah.
With
Oops,
healing
Freudian
touch.
slip.
That's-
No, in
There's
the game.
gonna be
That's-
pussy on
yeah.
pussy action.
Woo!
in
I can't
the
wait.
game.
Tell us about your character.
I am a forest gnome rogue. Short King, my wife said. His name is Cristobal Yoggins.
Ooh,
This is actually the first we've heard
Yes.
of your name.
Name reveal.
Yeah.
This
You
is
are
such an
videoing
ick.
this.
Oh my god.
Something cute.
Jaden's something cute.
Rogue.
Kenzie's an elf druid.
But
Shapeshifter.
cat partner.
Occasional cat partner, you know what I mean?
August is
But we're figuring out Jaden's gonna participate, but she's just not. She's out of town. So she's gonna be something
She's
cute.
living all of our dreams in yours.
She is. She's seeing every Broadway show, every play.
Happy you are to find them.
yeah, I saw you, baby.
All right, we just made it home. We had such a fun time tonight. It is 9 p.m. We're gonna head to bed, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Hello everyone, it is the next day. It is actually hours and hours later. It is now 12:16. I'm PMSing, so there's that. And I've just had like slip up after slip up, and not on my end, like on, you know, Brand's ends or whatever, where it's like there's just crazy random stuff. Like for example, I had an Old Navy order that I had placed to test out some products for a video. And I placed the order like 3 weeks ago. It said it shipped on the day that I purchased it, and then it never shipped, like the shipment never came. And it's like lost and all this stuff. And so then I was like trying to talk to Old Navy about it, and they were just like, sorry, nothing we can do. And I was like, well, but I paid for this. Anyway, I got that resolved, but I had to be on the phone and on chat for like an hour for that, like on the, you know, online chat or whatever. Oh god. And then just like a couple brand things. Anyways, no one wants to hear that. By the way, me, you know, having a moment complaining about little things that come along with my job. I love this job. I love it so much. I am so grateful to have this job. I am the most privileged person in the world with work. So, not complaining about that part. It's just little things that are frustrating, you know? And I'm like, sometimes I want to be like, don't play with me. Then I remember that I'm an adult. Anyway, I'm gonna film like a fun little get dressed with me reel. And then I'm gonna do a little bit more filming for my main channel. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna film like a viral products update, which will be nice. And then, oh, I fake tanned. That's why I put on my sweatshirt from last night, because, I don't know, loose baggy clothes. For now, I'm finishing up, getting ready. And if you also work a job where you email people and sometimes it's like pulling teeth, you're not alone. Sometimes you just want to email back and be like, respectfully, what the fuck? You know? Anyways, okay. I am going to throw on some gloss. I get questions about this all the time. This is the Dior Lip Glow Oil in the color Rosewood. And this stuff is so shiny and pretty. I love it. There we go. I'm gonna go get dressed, I'm gonna like do something cute and fun with my hair, maybe like a claw clip or something. And then we will check back in a bit. But you know, in an attempt to just be more vulnerable online and share more things other than like squeaky, shiny, polished content, I'm in a bad mood and it's okay. It'll pass. Alright, just finished up one of the things that I needed to do, thank goodness. And actually I thought now would be a good time to talk about my colonoscopy experience and just sort of share like where I've been at, what it was like, give you some tips, hopefully like encourage you to book your own, because I actually recently learned that colon cancer is one of the leading cancers in young people these days, and it's so much more prevalent in so much more younger people than it used to be. And it's just one of those things where you just have to do this kind of hard thing in order to get to the answers that you need, and to have that peace of mind is priceless, and to just take care of yourself. So for example, I started having some symptoms that were a little bit like, it's like they could be SIBO symptoms, but they also could be something else. And so I didn't want to risk it. I knew that having anxiety, OCD, having emetophobia, all these different things were going to kind of like keep me from doing this, and I promise you that if I can do it, you can do it too. So I saw my GI doctor. I started explaining what some of the symptoms were. He said, we take this very seriously, we're gonna book you right away. And I'll kind of go over like what my experience was like, and go over a little bit of like the phobia and the anxiety part of it, the OCD part of it, and then hopefully like help you in the process. But for me, it was just such a, I kept reminding myself, and I kept centering myself during this entire time, being like, this is a routine procedure. People do this every single day. Millions of people have done this. Millions of people will do this. It's just something that happens. And it's like a day, like 24 hours of discomfort to have 10 years of peace of mind, you know? And that's kind of how I reframed it. I've actually gotten quite a bit of messages from you guys being like, Carrie, I don't think I can do this. I'm too scared. Like, I know that I need to do it. I know that I need to ask about it, but I'm scared. It's scarier to not. So let me be an example for you. If you have any kind of symptoms, or you're just curious, or it's time for you, or whatever it is, please advocate for yourself, because it's so important. It could literally save your life. So yeah, I can't remember if I mentioned this earlier in the video, but all of my results came back normal. Thank goodness. Everything is normal. I have a couple of hemorrhoids up there. It just happens, so that could be causing some of the issues that I was going through. I also have 2 out of the 3 types of SIBO, so that also goes along with, you know, some of what I was going through, and explains a lot of the symptoms. So anyways, basically the procedure itself is a 24-hour ordeal from start to finish, in case you've never experienced it. And I'm sure a lot of you have, and if you have, you know, encourage people in the comments below to do it. It sucks for a day, okay? I'm not gonna lie, it does suck. The prep is by far the worst part. The procedure is an actual breeze. Like, I cannot begin to describe to you how easy the procedure was, especially after having the last time I went under anesthesia to be for general surgery, you know? It was a lot easier, but basically for 24 hours before your procedure, and some people do even earlier than that, it depends on like your doctor and your doctor's like recommendations and instructions. But for my doctor, 24 hours before the procedure, I went on a clear liquids diet. So I could have Jello, I could have Gatorade that was yellow, I could have clear Ensure, I could have sodas that were clear, I could have black coffee and tea with no creamer or anything like that in it, I could have popsicles, basically no red, blue, or purple dye, I think was what mine said, but then I was confused because like green has blue dye in it, and like, so I just had yellow everything, which was so basically I had like ginger ale, I had a little bit of Sprite, I had a lot of yellow Jello, I had some yellow popsicles, I had a lot of water, and then it came time after, you know, you've been doing your liquid diet for the entire day. My stomach was already kind of messed up at that point, just because I was hungry and all I was doing was like drinking liquid, but I actually didn't struggle as much as I thought I would, because it's just one day. Like, that's just what I kept telling myself. I'm like, it's just one day. Starting at 4 p.m. is when I'm going to start my prep. That's what I'm more nervous about. So it was kind of not that difficult leading up to that point. So for my particular prep, I did what was called Sue Prep. There are many different options, but I've heard Sue Prep is kind of one of the worst. But I mean, I guess that depends on what flavors you like and what your experience is, and like how much of an iron gut you've got. But Sue Prep was, it was something, okay? I'll just say that. It was my mortal enemy, but I'll tell you what, I got through it, and so can you. So basically Sue Prep is a liquid. It's got like sodium something or other, magnesium something or other. You mix it in with a cup that they give you with a 16-ounce like fill line. So you put in the liquid, then you fill the rest of the way up to the 16 ounces with water. And let me tell you, that drink does not go down easy, okay? Take your time. I think you have about 20 to 30 minutes to finish the drink, and then for the following 1 to 2 hours you're supposed to drink 2 more glasses of like 16 ounces of water. Round 1 wasn't as difficult, and I'm just gonna be like fully honest, this isn't a very glamorous thing to talk about on the internet, but I do think it could help people, so that's kind of why I want to talk about it. It's just one of those things that like it's part of having a human body and just we have to go through it. So I was a little bit concerned about the prep itself because I had heard of people throwing up. I have a phobia of that. It's one of my biggest fears. And so I had that in mind. I do think I kind of was doing a lot of like pushing it away from my mind. I was like, it's fine, it's not gonna happen to me kind of thing. It didn't. For those of you that are curious, I had to fight for my life though. I did have to lock in. But yeah, so then you drink this drink. A couple hours later, the fun starts. The party really starts. I was actually quite nervous about this part because I thought that I was going to be having these horrific bouts of chronic diarrhea, which like I was going, you know, a lot. But I think because I had already started on a liquid diet like before leading up to this and not having any food, it really helped things move along. And it's not like fun, it's definitely not a cute experience. So you do all of that, you clean yourself out, then you drink a little bit more water, rehydrate yourself, and then like about 5 hours later, at least for me because I had a morning procedure, I had to do round 2 at about 10 p.m. And again, it was like another couple of hours of that. And so I didn't get like a ton of sleep that night. I think I got maybe like 4 hours of sleep, but Drew actually slept in the guest room to just sort of give me my space. So I just had the Jessie Nelson Little Mix documentary playing on the TV. I was going back and forth to the toilet, sometimes every 2 minutes, I'm not gonna lie. But that part wasn't as bad. It really just was the taste of the drink. I have never tasted anything more vile and offensive in my entire life. I don't even know how to describe it. It has a really strong lemon lime flavor, which I'm not a big fan of anyways. And then on top of that, it's this really intense, medicinal, salty, like it almost tastes like what I imagine, I don't know, gasoline would taste like or something. Or like it was just so vile. And so honestly, that's what made me not feel good. The taste of it was just so offensive to me that it was making me feel sick. So by the second time, I really took my time. Like I had to like sit there and stare at this cup and like lock in and then finish it, and I got through it, you know. And I was practicing a lot of exposure therapy when I was going through this. It wasn't exactly like a fun 12 hours or however long, but again, I got through it. I just kept having to tell myself, like I was like even sometimes trying to close my eyes and like picture the scientists who like made this drink and thank like modern medicine in my head and just be like, I'm so grateful that I get to do this and have this available to me. The doctors and nurses who do this every day, you know, they're like truly unsung heroes. So yeah, then I was fully cleaned out. Let me just tell you, they sent me home with a diagram, okay, with pictures of color. It was a color scale of like what it should be looking like by the time you go to the hospital the next morning. So I had to check in at 6:30 a.m., had to have no water. I think it was like maybe 3 to 4 hours before my procedure, but I stopped at like midnight or 1 a.m. or something. So checked in at 6:30, pretty much got back right away, had an IV with some fluids, had to wait there for a little bit. Then I went in for the procedure. I asked for them to give me Zofran because sometimes I get nausea when I wake up from a procedure. So they did that. I woke up. That was it. I felt fantastic. I was a little groggy. The funniest part, I am so mad. I left my purse in the waiting room with Drew because I was just like, what do I need my purse for? I didn't have anything. I kind of was just sitting there, like truly raw dogging life. Like I was just kind of like looking around. They had the curtain drawn, so I was just in this room by myself, like just with my thoughts. Sorry, my camera battery died. Anyways, and so I was sitting there waiting and they had music playing, and I think it was like maybe to boost morale, and it was like the day before Valentine's Day, so they had like a bunch of cute little Valentine's Day like decorations up, and I could hear the nurses like talking about what they were going to be doing for Valentine's Day and stuff, and they had music playing. They were playing like I think what was a Valentine's Day station, but I was hearing like this song, oh my god, what was it called? Let Me Get Mine, You Get Yours by Christina Aguilera. I was like, ma'am, it is 6:30 in the morning. Then Daddy's Home was playing, and I wish that I had my phone because I wanted to record that so badly. It was just so bizarre. I was like waiting for this medical procedure, and it was like, you know, your daddy's home. Anyways, it was funny. And so that was it. Woke up, One of the nurses was like, do you want some apple juice? Actually, I don't even remember her asking. I just had it in my hand and I was sipping it. I remember that first sip, I was like, damn, that's the best sip of juice I've ever had in my entire life. Everybody was super nice. And yeah, and then I got answers right away. My doctor came in right away and was like, everything was normal, no polyps, nothing like that. You have this going on. They sent pictures. They printed off some paper with pictures of the inside of my colon, which I was not expecting. And then like in my grogginess, I showed Drew and he was like, wow. And there you have it. I did it. I was so proud of myself that I immediately came home and showered. And then I just got in bed and I was journaling. And I was just like so proud of myself for getting through that, because I know it's probably not a big deal to the average person, but with someone with anxiety, emetophobia, OCD, you can really spiral. And it truly was like mental warfare, I'm not gonna lie. But I just want to encourage you, if you need that push, please go do it. I'm here to evangelize getting a colonoscopy, okay? I think it is so important and it truly could save your life. So I know that the age used to be, I believe, like 45, and now maybe it's 40. I'm 38 for full disclosure. And because of my symptoms, that was why I had to get it done. But I did have to pay a pretty good chunk out of pocket because my insurance wouldn't cover. Don't even get me started on the insurance of it all. To pay hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month, which Drew does through his job, for our health insurance, and then to have a procedure that could potentially be diagnostic, kind of low-key, not get denied, but not get fully covered, and have to pay almost $1,000 out of pocket. We're not going to get into that today. So anyways, that is kind of a recap of my experience. Very unorganized, very chaotic. I'm sure I probably forgot something. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. But please, I am begging you, get a colonoscopy. It's so important. Both of my parents have like always gotten theirs really regularly and were very big advocates for it. And they've both had polyps removed. So that was like another reason why I wanted to do that. And it sucks. Okay, it sucks. Yeah, I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. But it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And it's done now. It's one day of your life, you know? You can do anything for one day. So anyway, oh, that drawer has been open that whole time in the background. That's gonna bother me. I do kind of need to do a couple more filming things because we have some plumbers coming over in like 30 minutes and we've just had like some leaking things and that needs to get fixed. So I have a feeling they're probably gonna make some ruckish. So I think I'm going to film that now. Maybe take a little break for lunch at some point, like when they start, but I'm gonna try to get as much done as I can before they get here, because I think it'll be pretty loud. Anyways, go get a colonoscopy. Love you.
Hi, I'm editing this now, and I just realized that I never ended this vlog, so I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. This has been kind of a mishmash of a vlog. We've got D&D, like, you know, all sorts of NSFW conversations, and you know, then we jump into like colonoscopy talk, but that's just life, isn't it? That's truly like where I'm at in life. I think that's a good representation of adulthood. So anyways, I just wanted to end this vlog off by saying thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you very soon in the next one. Bye.